What the hell are the Suns going to do?
So they don't have a draft pick until 2030.
Yeah, no first-round picks, no second-round picks.
And I'm glad you're getting into this because I do want to get into this. LeBron lost last night, and there's obviously I've been chanting about LeBron to the Warriors for a long time, and people might be nauseated, but like look at the options. The Warriors don't have a lot of options when guys become available. Now, I'm looking at an article from Marcus Thompson in The Athletic where he brings up, and I'll just rat-a-tat-tat some of the names that he references. Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, DeJounte Murray, Miles Turner, Lauri Markkanen. Then he gets to I call the big boys. Paul George, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, who I still believe is more of a, tick down from these guys, and LeBron James. So I guess I have a question to you, Bonte, and the Warrior fans that are out there. You get one of these guys. We all agree they're multiple moves away, but you could start with one of these guys. Who's the guy you want and why? I'll even add some names. I'll add Joel Embiid, and I'll add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there. These are the teams that I feel are all going to get bowed out, this week if they haven't already been.
Milwaukee may be done tonight.
Exactly. So, if Kevin Durant's out there, the Warriors should sniff on it, even though he's not what he was, just 4 or 5 years ago. I would still be sniffing around that. LeBron James wants to come here. I'd be sniffing around that too. My number one of the old guys, Paul George. I think Paul George is the guy I would want. I think he's got the most left in the tank, and I think he fits defensively, offensively, as a off-ball shooter, as a playmaker with the ball in his hands in the half court. He could guard a lot of the primary options that are out there. He's a rebounder. I think he's a winner. He'd be perfect.
Bless you. Kevin Durant this year, 27 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists. Complained after the season, or apparently complained that, he was just being relegated to the corner of the offense to try to get Bradley Beal going and try to get Booker going. I noticed the offense wasn't a fluid offense, and Grayson Allen yesterday was talking about their point guard position. Nah, we don't need a point guard because that take the ball out of the heads of Booker and Bill, and I disagree with that. Apparently Vogel wanted a point guard. He was adamant about getting a point guard. They didn't do it. So you bring up Embiid, Giannis, LeBron, KD. My question then would be to you, who's the best fit with Stephen Curry? Because that's what this is about.
Can we start by operating that Steph is so good he fits with a lot of these guys?
He does.
But now some might be better.
But who's the perfect fit?
Well, that's why I like Paul George.
At this Steph Curry at this stage, where let's keep it real, man. He played great. Steph's an all-time great. The gravity, the creation.
It's a slight tick down. That's all we have to say.
But he shot 36% from three from the All-Star break on. And really, if you take away the 6-for-6 game late in the season against the Lakers and the 7-for-13 game against the Pelicans, he was down to 34% from the three-point line. He was at around 40% from the floor, which is not Steph-like. Steph is an efficient guy. We're talking about a 50-40-90 guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was not even close to that post-All-Star break. So he was a tick down. He struggled with longer defenders, more athletic defenders. Steph Curry's losing a little athleticism. But he's 36 years old. It's going to happen. LeBron's lost some athleticism. KD's lost some explosion. It happens. Larry Bird, Magic, Jordan, it all happens. Kobe happens. But it's happening to Stephen Curry. So with those options, if they are options, because LeBron James, he could sign a 3-year extension worth $164 million with the LA Lakers. They can offer that. Mm-hmm. He could have that 3-year deal to the end of 42. And by the way, he just completed his 6th season with the Lakers, which is incredible. Can't believe it's been that long since he's been an LA Laker.
Been there longer than he was with the Miami Heat.
But the perfect fit with Steph. Yeah, he only was with the Heat for 4 years.
That's kind of crazy, actually.
I know your face, like you did this.
Well, because I feel like we've looked at him being here. He's I'm not going to say underwhelmed, because they did win a title, but
it hasn't gone as well as he thought it might have went, I think.
Yeah.
I think he thought everyone was going to line up to play with him.
Yeah, and he's learning how the West is just so much better than the East.
Well, and the salary cap is really difficult to get. When you have 2 maxes, that third max has to be a perfect player. It's really hard.
The perfect pairing with Stephen Curry. As much as I don't want him here, LeBron James would be the perfect pairing if those are the options, with Giannis, with Paul George. Now, Embiid is very intriguing. I would put him second. But with the way LeBron plays, now he's going to slow the game down a little bit if he does have the ball in his hands. But he's always been kind of a pass-first guy, getting everybody involved. He would have no problem getting people involved. And his three-point shot has improved tremendously. And he's a guy who's going to go to the cup and he's going to finish. Out of those options, LeBron is the perfect pairing, in my opinion, with Stephen Curry. If you're looking for two-man games, guys who could cook, guys who could play well off each other. I'm not sure about Paul George. Paul George is too hit or miss for me. And I like Paul George as a player. But if I have him as a second option, I'm not even sure I'm a second-round team. I'm probably not getting out the first round. I've seen Paul George as the number 2 option in the Western Conference. Has not ended well. It's ended in first-round playoff losses. All right? He's too inconsistent for me as a star in this league. I would rather have Embiid, Giannis, and LeBron over than Paul George. So I'm crossing PG off my personal list. It's either Embiid or LeBron, and I don't think Embiid's going anywhere. Philadelphia has $65 million.
Off the list?
It's going to be really hard to trade. You're going to have to trade a tremendous amount of assets to the Phoenix Suns to get Kevin Durant. And then there's a matter of, does Kevin Durant even want to play here?
We're going hypothetical, so I have no idea.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But if we're going straight hypotheticals, the perfect pairing for Steph, the best pairing for Steph, if it's not Embiid, it's LeBron James.
I can't believe you're finally saying LeBron James.
No, I've always said that. I just don't want LeBron here because I know what that brings to the table. What it brings to the table is what we're seeing this morning on all the internets. Isn't
it kind of crazy that we're thinking that like LeBron is more durable at almost 10 years older than some of these guys than even a Giannis and an Embiid and a Paul George? Like, that's crazy to me.
Now, if
that's
Embiid,
crazy to me.
Now, if Embiid is,
but it's accurate.
But Embiid, when we get to the playoffs, he just is never healthy. I don't know how you manage it. It just, things happen for Embiid where he gets to the playoffs and he wears down. He just wears down. His body is not holding up.
How many people you think out there are nodding their heads and how many people are punching air right now when you say that LeBron's the best fit?
I don't know. I'd love to hear from
50-50?
888-957-9570.
Because every time I bring up LeBron, there's certain people, hey, you're an idiot.
Well, no, it's not that.
That's what they say to me every time.
Yeah, no, it's not that you're an idiot. It's just, look, you're getting older. If you bring LeBron here,
older.
You bring LeBron here, I still don't think you're a championship team. I got to see what the other pieces look like. I don't, LeBron is out in the first round in 5 games. LeBron James.
Not because of him.
LeBron James, but he doesn't play defense at all. Offensively, he holds the ball. He slows it down. I'm giving him the credence because he is a great passer, and I think he would defer to Stephen Curry offensively. But LeBron James is not the same guy, and I don't think he get better. Look, the Lakers the last 4 years, they put a play-in team.
Yeah, but the Bucks are about to. Giannis has not won a playoff. Giannis has not won a playoff game since he won the championship.
He's been hurt. He's been hurt.
I'm going there. Like Embiid, when was the last time he did something in the playoffs?
Embiid, well, they can't get past the second round.
So, like, all the things that we're saying about, if having LeBron, I just think LeBron's a better player right now. I can't believe we're still here. LeBron's still better than almost all these guys.
Yeah, but you know what, though? The Lakers have not been good in the Western Conference. The Western Conference has been detrimental to LeBron James and his brand. They can't get out the play-in tournament. They can't get out the first round. Hell, I know they made the West Finals last year. They beat up on the Grizzlies, which is a good run. They beat up on the Golden State Warriors. But LeBron James is older. So, these options that we're talking about, and these are all hypotheticals.
Yeah, we're all hypothetical.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I don't want LeBron James on the Golden State Warriors. Me personally.
Then who do you want?
I don't want LeBron.
But then
is what I don't want. I don't know who's available.
Well,
I want a comparable
you
team.
To have whoever you want.
I don't want a comparable team. You know what I'm saying? I don't want LeBron because of everything that comes with LeBron James. We're watching it play out in real time.
So, okay, of the guys that Levine, Ingram, DeJounte Murray, Miles Turner, I'm just throwing out the names who could be available. Lauri Markkanen, Paul George, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, Embiid.
I would probably lean Embiid. With everything I just said about Embiid, I would lean Embiid.
Okay.
Because of his screening ability, his ability to go down to the cup and just get buckets, his ability to get to the free throw line, the ability to hit the three, his ability defensively. Now I got a big to go up against the Minnesota Trees, to go against that Joker in Denver, Nikola Jokic. I got another big who can go up against DeAndre Ayton. I got a big who could shut down Derek Lively II and Daniel Gafford down in Dallas. I got a big who could shut down Şengün down in Houston. I need a big.
Does Embiid, I feel like Giannis commands the most, but does Embiid command the second most in a trade?
Probably.
In terms of what you're giving up?
Probably,
yeah.
But
That's why I like Paul George, because you could do a sign and trade. He's a free agent. If he chooses you, the leverage becomes all in your favor. Same thing with LeBron James. Like, the leverage is all in your favor. It's still going to cost you, but it won't cost you as much as someone who's locked into a 4 or 5 year deal. You know, like, I think Brandon Ingram's an intriguing player. I think he has flaws.
Brandon Ingram was put up in the torture chamber, and he is still locked up. He was not.
All these guys have a flaw.
He said last night he did not have a good year, and I totally agree. Brandon Ingram took a step back.
He's got 1 year left on a $36 million deal, 27 years old. Again, I'm looking outside the box, and I'm trying to find different fits that are out there. And when a guy becomes available, it's because they have a flaw.
We're just having a conversation. That's all.
No one's giving up, SGA or Luka.
Brandon Ingram would be intriguing because New Orleans does have to make some changes.
Can Draymond play with Embiid?
Well, that's a great question. I think he could.
How about Draymond with LeBron?
LeBron's going to have the ball in his hands a lot,
and he wants to go downhill. I don't
know.
I don't like Draymond's fit with LeBron, because you got to have shooters around LeBron, I don't know if I love and then like Embiid. I got to kind of see that. I think it can work, but I got to kind of see it. I think Embiid is probably a better fit alongside Draymond than LeBron.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's an enigma. That is something that you have to build your team. You have to build it in such a unique way. You have to bake that into where, okay, Draymond in the half court is going to have that ball at the top of the key. He's going to dribble, and he's going to be left wide open. So it compromises his spacing once again if he's not going to shoot those shots. Because if you bring in an Embiid or you bring in a LeBron, guess who's going to be open again? It's going to be Draymond Green. What is he going to do? Is he going to shoot? Is he not going to shoot? Now, Paul George, it's going to be 34 May 2nd, 34 years old. Very solid piece. Can he be a second piece on the check? Because the way my mind is working right now, Shasky, is how do I get back in the championship contention with Stephen Curry? And it feels like with Minnesota and OKC and the way they're playing right now, it's like, boy, it's going to be a challenge. Denver's not going anywhere. They have to improve their bench, but they're not going anywhere. I don't know. I do not know.
With this Kristaps Porzingis injury, I'm looking at Boston, and I'm saying to myself, boy, Boston, if you stub your toe and you end up losing in the playoffs, are they going to just roll it back again? Like, they were phenomenal this year. Are they going to roll it back, or are they going to make moves? Could you get a Jaylen Brown? Could you get a Tatum?
Speaking of Embiid, he is now listed as questionable today with a migraine. He's not at shoot-around.
Poor guy. He's had a rough
He's got Bell's palsy. He's got the knee injury. I see how those guys laugh with a migraine. We think of Scottie Pippen that gave 7 against the Detroit Pistons.
Like,
half his face is paralyzed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard for me to criticize Embiid, even 1 ounce.
Gosh, the LeBron thing is so, like, I'm watching LeBron, and yes, he's still a great player. I acknowledge that. He's still one of the best we've ever seen. But just thinking about, like, all those stink pieces that came out as soon as they lost. He's going to control everything. Everything. And as, like, if I was a fan, I wouldn't give a damn about it. But I unfortunately, my mind goes to, boy, the way we cover LeBron James. In terms of content, it's going to be every single day, and it's going to be exhausting. Exhausting.
Would you bring back Klay Thompson if you brought in LeBron?
Yeah, because LeBron loves shooters.
That's what I'm saying.
But Klay's going to want his money. He's going to want his money.
I mean, the odd man out, maybe.
Is that his number one? Like, I'm curious. You seem like you know. Is that what he's looking for? Most money?
Well, you bring in LeBron. Klay Thompson's, where's the money going to be for Klay Thompson?
Well, you'd move, you'd have to move Wiggins and some other stuff. GP2, Looney, like there's some other stuff. Where's the money for Klay? I don't know. But like, is he just going for the most amount? Like, you're $2 million below what he's asking for from, the Orlando.
We don't even know what he's asking for. We don't even know. Like, I don't, it's a lot. It is a lot. I mean, you bring in LeBron James. Just ask Spadoni with the whole LeBron. Like, I'll never forget, though, because Laker fans, and I've met more Laker fans over the past 5 years than I have my first, 35 years in this world. Laker fans don't feel LeBron like that. Remember
Laker
the guy
fans.
in the hotel?
That's the great way of saying it. Laker fans, not
fans.
stands.
Not stands.
Wait, time
Laker
out.
fans.
Time out. You're okay. I tell you, you can go back in time. You don't get the championship, and you don't.
No,
get
I
LeBron.
want LeBron. I'm saying his act at times, going from Kobe and his nature and what he is all about,
That I get.
hard work, no excuses. And with LeBron, it's just different. Like the atmosphere around it, and there's a difference because there's a homegrown guy and you're getting another guy that came from somewhere else. And that's happened before. Shaq, obviously, Kareem in the past, but there is a level of it's not about me, but it is about you, LeBron. Like there's this whole thing, this shadow that covers the organization.
Of course.
There's the Lakers brand, and then there's LeBron's brand.
Well,
that's just what it comes down to, and there's a difference to there.
Remember that Laker fan we ran into? We were in Philadelphia. I'll never forget any elevator. He came on. Oh, man, I'm a diehard Laker fan. I was like, oh, really? You Philly LeBron? He goes, hell no. He goes, he will not go to a Laker fan or Laker game until LeBron is gone. And I was like, damn. And then, I'm in this fantasy football league with a bunch of LA guys, and the way they talk about LeBron, they're Kobe guys, but they're also Laker guys, and they're like, he ain't one of us. He's not us. It's just strange. The aura of LeBron James is just...
Well, that I acknowledge, but everybody's losing their minds about us linking, the Warriors to the old guys. So there aren't a lot of young player options that are available. Let's entertain this. A young player, Zion's out there. A, why would New Orleans give up on him? And B, you'd have to surrender all the assets for him. And he's another guy who gets hurt a lot and breaks down. Everyone's tantalized with the talent. That's why I'm monitoring Boston. If they're willing to give up Jaylen Brown or Tatum, I would be all over it. But what do you have that Boston wants as a compensation package for two players, one of the two players in their prime?
Well, they would definitely, split them up if they don't win the championship. They would be close to doing that. And they just gave Holiday the big money. Jaylen Brown's already got the big money.
Extension.
It's an odd extension. I would not have given
Especially
Holiday
when
that
he said
extension.
he was like, at the end of this deal, I'm going to retire. What?
Yeah, it's just like, whoa, what are we doing here? Our boy Bill the Beast, he's a big-time Laker fan. Shout out Team Hennessy. LeBron's grown on me because the bubble chip, and I was anti-Bron before his antics, but the crying is hard to defend. I mean, the guy literally throws
he fits in with the
I'm
Warriors.
imagining him and Draymond rushing over to Gucci Man, the referee, and berating him.
It would be a home run sensation with the fingers waving in the air, circular, the circular finger where it's going, challenge that, challenge that, challenge that.
Shasky.
Speaking of challenging,
Shasky.
they blew a timeout challenging the second one last night,
And that's what I'm
didn't
saying.
have the timeout to call the timeout.
Which is a
to
joke,
advance
by the way. If you
ball.
win the challenge, you should keep the
get the
timeout.
timeout back. I
But this
agree.
is why I get on
Don't
Shasky.
change the rule.
This is why I get on Shasky. Because he can't stand the crying. He can't stand the challenging. And that's all LeBron James will bring. He's going to bring your triple-double numbers, but he's also going to be doing that, which drives you crazy. You wouldn't last 3 months before you just pop your top and say, you know what, this is a mistake.
It's better than Wiggins just running up and down the court not caring.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, if that's my option.
I wouldn't say Wiggins cares. He's got to touch the ball.
Well, I mean,
Let him
just
touch.
play like you care then.
I think he did. He just, not touching the ball. You look like Austin Reeves when he doesn't touch it. He looks like he doesn't care. Why? Because he doesn't touch it. Let these guys touch the ball. All right, injury report.